Jehovah.
Holy.
Jesus Christ.
Holy.
Holy Michael.
Holy.
We come before you this day.
Yes, Lord.
Speak to us, Father.
Amen.
As we listen, let our souls be blessed.
Amen.
Because you are at the beginning of another year.
Oh, yes.
Lead us in the right path of your word.
Amen.
So that at the end of this year, our journey, that which you have planned for us,
oh, yes,
will be fulfilled in your name.
Amen.
In Jesus' mighty name, I pray.
Amen. Amen. Amen for Lord Jesus Christ. Brethren, it is time for the sermon. Let the house of the Lord be at peace. Time for the sermon.
Because I want to
Hallelujah. If you're happy to be seated amongst the living today, because I can tell you for a fact that you only know of today, you only know of this present time. You do not know, you are not assured of the next minute. So if you are happy and you are glad to be seated here amongst the children of God, hallelujah. I will say one more time, life is a journey. We cross from a path to another constantly. And if you are happy to have moved through that journey of life to this present moment, hallelujah. May his name be praised. We thank the Lord for today. Like I said, it is not by power, it is not by might, it is not who you know. It does not depend on your godfather. Whether you know Donald Trump or you are the PA to Boris Johnson, it does not it does not add anything to your life. It is just the grace of God. We thank the Lord for today. May his name be praised one more time. Like I said, life is a journey. If you have been following the services in the beginning of the year, the lessons that came at the first Sunday was what you can call the new beginning. When Peter raised the lame at the beautiful gate, he gave him through the name of our Lord Jesus Christ a new beginning. Naaman, the leper, the captain, the commander, was given a new beginning. Today, God is speaking to us, and I will talk today. Do not forget the good things the Lord has done for you. You will wonder why. You think within yourself, lie, I cannot forget. Why should I forget? James chapter 1. Verse 22. Sorry. James 22 and 24. Go on. Yes.
But the doers of the word are not hearers
Yes.
deceiving yourself. For if anyone is a bearer of the word
Yes.
and not a doer, he is like a man observing his natural face in a mirror.
That is where I'm going. It is like a man observing his natural face in the mirror. For he observes himself, goes away,
and immediately forgets what kind of man he was.
Hallelujah. Imagine standing in front of the mirror at that instant. That is why I tagged it, do not forget the good things the Lord has done. Because it is only natural that when you're standing before the mirror, you see yourself. This is how big you are. This is how handsome you are. I'm really beautiful today. But as soon as you move away from that mirror, except you go back there, you will forget. The first lesson and the second lesson is talking about the same thing. It is only God that does not forget. It is very easy for man to forget, particularly when you get to your comfort zone. Very easy. In Judges chapter 6, if you read from the beginning, go on, my sister.
Then the children of Israel
Yes.
did evil in the sight of the Lord.
Yes, go on.
So the Lord delivered them into the hand of Midian
Yes.
for 7 years.
Yes.
And the hand of Midian rebelled against Israel. Because of the Midianites,
Yes.
the children of Israel made for themselves the dens,
Yes.
the caves, and the strongholds.
Hold on, my sister. I will bring you back a little bit. This Midianites that the Bible is talking about, that the Israelites are suffering under. If you go to Exodus chapter 17 or 18, Midianites are Moses' in-law. It is because we forget, the Israelites forgot the goodness, the things God has done for them. If I take you back, you will, from when he called Moses to go and speak to Pharaoh, let my people go so that they can serve me. Moses refusing. He plagued them with 10 plagues. The last one that made Pharaoh to release them was the death of the firstborn of all the Egyptians. God did all that for them. When the last plague came, the Lord said to Moses, tell them that you should put the blood of the lamb on their doorposts. And when they did that, the angel of destruction did not even come to their household. It was until then they were released. You can imagine. Do not forget the good things the Lord has done. If God has punished your enemy so that you can move on, why do you forget that God? You have come to another year. This church was full to the capacity on New Year's Eve service.
A lot of people came just because they do not want that midnight crossover service to meet them in the pub. As soon as they finish praying past 12, they go back to their old ways. It is the next 31st that you see them again in church. The Lord did all that for the children of Israel. Even when they got to the Red Sea, right before their eyes, before they saw it. You see, when we're not talking about tales of by moonlight. When people sit you down and they tell you stories, you might doubt it. Maybe there's still a bit of embellishment in the story. But they saw firsthand, they witnessed it raw. The greatness of God. How many of you have witnessed God in his raw might? I've said it here before. Apart from our parents, our fathers, our elders that came and they got their passport stamped at point of entry, and they came in and never went back to Nigeria, and they gave back to their children here. A lot of us seated here did a lot of fasting and prayer. When the prophet will tell you to sit down there and don't blink your eye for the next 3 hours, you will do it. Why? Because you want to get that visa. You will do whatever anybody tells you to do because you have a goal. But as soon as that is done, you forget that God that you're serving. Some months back, my chairman delivered a sermon here and gave us a story of 2 sisters. You remember that story? I will not go into that. Many of us are like that. Back to what we're reading, my sister. Yes.
Which are in the mountains.
Yes.
So it was.
Yes.
Whenever Israel had sworn, whatever Israel had sworn, Midianites would come up, also Amalekites and the people of the east would come up against them.
Yes.
Then they would encamp against them
Yes.
and destroy the produce of the earth as far as Gaza, and leave no sustenance for Israel, neither sheep nor ox nor donkey, for they would come up with their livestock and their tents,
Yes.
coming in as numerous as lovers.
Yes.
Both they and their camels were without numbers,
Yes.
and they would enter the land to destroy it.
Hallelujah. While we are there, can someone open Exodus 17:8? Yes. Yes. Yes.
And Moses said to Joshua,
Yes.
choose us some men and go out,
Mm-hmm.
fight with Amalek.
Yes.
Tomorrow I will stand on the top of the hill
Yes.
with the rod of God in my hand.
Mm-hmm.
So Joshua did as Moses said to him,
Yes.
and fought with Amalek.
Yes.
And Moses, Aaron, and Hur went up to the top of the hill.
Yes.
And so it was,
Mm-hmm.
when Moses held up his hand,
Yes.
that Israel prevailed.
Yes.
And when he let down his hand,
Mm-hmm.
Amalek prevailed.
Yes.
And Moses' hand became heavy.
Yes.
And so they took a stone and put it under him,
Mm-hmm.
and he sat on it.
Yes.
And Aaron and Hur supported his hand,
Mm-hmm.
one on one side,
Yes.
and the other on the other side.
Yes.
And his hand was steady
Yes.
until the going down of the sun.
Yes.
So Joshua defeated Amalek and the people, the edge of the
So before Joshua defeated Amalek and his people, please go to 18, Exodus 18, just from verse 1.
And Jethro,
Yes,
the priest of Midian,
yes,
Moses' father-in-law,
yes,
heard of all that God had done for Moses
yes,
and for Israel his people,
yes,
that the Lord had brought Israel out of Egypt.
uh-huh,
Then Jethro,
yes,
Moses' father-in-law,
yes.
took Zipporah.
Thank you. Hallelujah. I just want to bring us back so that you will realize that the Amalekites and the Midianites, they were conquered way before. See, the problem is when you forget easily what God has done and you turn back to your old ways, you would become slaves to that enemy that he has saved you from. If they were new enemies that you've not heard before, it's a different thing. But how do you explain? God has washed you. He has taken you out of that filth. He has made you whole. But by your foolishness and not being steadfast, that thing that you have conquered before has now come back to haunt you. It was so bad that the Israelites had to hide in caves, so that when they plant seeds, they will. You have been a master to somebody. You have housed him. You have housed them. Now you want to go and buy bread, and you wait for night to fall so that it does not see you. And you will tell him, can you please open the door gently? Don't let them see you. You, they were the commander. You were in charge. You now sneak out to seek for food. Hallelujah. That is what he will come to when you stand before a mirror, and as soon as you move away from that mirror, you forget who you are. That is what it will amount to when God has given you the authority to challenge and decree a thing, and it will come to pass, and that God, you have forgotten about him. Psalm 23 says, he prepared a table before me in the presence of my enemy. That means that enemy will sit down. You will sit at your table. The enemy will do you nothing. That is only when you do not forget God. But when you do, they never born you well. They will get how. You will even switch off the lights to eat. Because you will not want the enemy to know that you are in the house. You will switch off the lights. You will become timid. You will run when nobody is pursuing you. Hallelujah. But they cried unto the Lord. Like when you have been disturbed and you come to church and the elders sing for you. Áńgẹ́lì Olúwa o, ẹ sọ̀kalẹ̀ sínú ìpọ́njú wa. Áńgẹ́lì Olúwa, ẹ sọ̀kalẹ̀ sínú ìpọ́njú wa. Ajagun ṣẹ́gun òde ọ̀run, ẹ sọ̀kalẹ̀ sínú ìpọ́njú wa. Áńgẹ́lì Olúwa, ẹ sọ̀kalẹ̀
sí níwájú wa. Àwọn oṣó, àwọn àjẹ́, àwọn oníṣègùn olórìṣà wọ̀nyí wá bá. Áńgẹ́lì Olúwa, ẹ sọ̀kalẹ̀ sí níwájú wa.
That was the song they began to sing. Because then they realized, how is it possible now? Is it not this my in-law? Is it not these people that, how? When they realized, they cried to God, and the Lord answered them. Because if you remember, you see, if they had done the first things first, Proverbs 3 verse 1 says, my son, remember my commandments then. If they have not forgotten what God has done for them, they will not find themselves in that situation. Like I said in the beginning, it is very, 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 very easy for man to forget. Because the slightest of comfort, the mildest of peace that you have, it is good to be comfortable. But in your comfort, do not let down your guard, or else our people, they will show you pepper. In their crying, Judges 6:11. They called on God and the angel came. Judges 6:11, please. Yes. The angel of the Lord came. Yes. Yes. Joash. Yes. Yes. Wine press. Yes.
In order to hide it from the
Midianites. Hold on. That is where they got to. But God still heard them. I don't know which turn you have taken that have taken you away from the Lord. As Psalm says, we call upon the Lord in distress. The Lord answered us in a large place. That's the only God I know that even when you have gone astray and you call on him, he will still listen to you. Go on, sister.
And the angel of the Lord appeared to him and said to him,
Yes.
The Lord is with you.
Yes.
You mighty man of valor.
Yes.
Gideon said to him, Oh my Lord, if the Lord is with us, why then has all this happened to us? And where are all his miracles which our fathers told us about, saying, Did not the Lord bring us up from Egypt?
Thank you, my sister. In all that, where they push themselves to, even from their hide and seek game, the person that conquered the world now starts to live in caves. God still ate them. And he sent Gideon to them with one man. He raised an army. He reduced them from over 20,000 to 300 men. And they fought the Midianites and the Amalekites. They won. Abi, you agree with me, they won? Thank you. My sister, Judges 8:33. And it came to pass. Hallelujah. I want us to listen to this, because this is where this sermon of today is going. You know where we started from. You know where they got themselves to, hiding in caves. They call on God. He answered. They destroyed their enemies. But what happened? Go on, man. Yes. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Yes. Hallelujah. When I was preparing for this sermon and I read it to that point, may God forgive me, I gave up. I lost hope. I was sad. And I sat down with my Bible open and I thought, how? How do you get to that point again? You were so foolish. Pardon I have to say it this way. You went from grace to grass. You called upon the Lord in distress. The Lord answered you in a large place. And as soon as there's a bit of comfort, with 300 men, I'll bring you back to church, with 3 elders, they prayed for you. All the things that were troubling you left you. You became a member. You enjoyed the goodness of God. You got promotion at work. You were flourishing. You got married. Your business prevailed. Everything you laid your hands upon prospered. But as soon as you were like that foolish man that the Bible says he saw his harvest and he said, relax my heart. It is your handiwork that has done all this. And in that instance, hallelujah. The bar that they followed that got them into trouble, they went back to it. Do not forget God. Never let it go away from your heart. How he has saved you. How he has brought you this far. How he has made you comfortable. And go back to your old ways. It will be very, very disappointing. But God is still God. If you do not realize, or maybe you do not know, God is reminding you today. Remember all he has done. Imagine the things he will still do. Don't let this little comfort take you away from his presence. Because if you go away to where he has taken you away from to give you peace, the end is not going to be good. You have done the same thing over and over. You have realized the same results. Why not try God this time? And let him take control of your life. To end this, I will take us to the 2 Chronicles chapter 7. Because in all this, chapter 7 from verse 14, you will read it gently, man. If my people,
which are called by my name,
shall humble themselves, and pray, and seek my face,
and turn from their wicked ways,
then I will hear from heaven.
I will forgive their sins.
I will forgive their sins.
I will heal their land.
I will heal their land.
Now,
that's the thank you, man. Isaiah 45. Two and
I
three.
will go before thee.
It will go before us.
And make the crooked places straight.
It will make the crooked places straight.
I will break in pieces the gates of brass.
It will break in pieces. One more time.
I will break in pieces the gates of brass.
It will break in pieces the gate of brass.
And cut in sunder the bars of iron.
It will cut in sunder the bars of iron.
And I will give thee the treasure of darkness.
It will give us the treasure of darkness.
And hidden riches of secret places.
Yes.
That thou may know that I, the Lord,
That you may know that I, the Lord,
which called you by name,
yes,
am the God of Israel.
hallelujah, hallelujah,
Hallelujah.
hallelujah,
Hallelujah.
He is ready to do it again. This time, this year. Don't be like the man standing before the mirror. That as soon as you move away from the mirror, you forget what you look like. Because you never know. You are here today to redress. That opportunity might not come again. Remember how he has taken you out of bondage into light. Do not, from that little comfort, put yourself back into bondage. In 472, I will end with it. And our Father will pray for us. Mo fẹ́ rí ọ, Ọlọ́run